is problem 5-17, and we have a person named Tom Alexander who has an opportunity to purchase a number of different investments. So pull up the table here. Here are the 4 different investment options that he's looking at, A, B, C, and D. We have the cash inflows that would be expected after a certain number of years, and obviously they're all different. So we need to figure out what the present value of each one is in order to kind of make an apples to apples comparison. This chart does also include the price of each investment, or essentially what the amount would be or what the cost would be to buy into each investment. So as we go through and we calculate the present value of the cash flows, the single cash inflow here in this column, we're really kind of disregarding for the moment what the price of each investment would be. And we'll get into that later in the course when we talk about net present value. So right now we're talking about the present value of the cash flows, not necessarily the net present value of the overall investment, which would include the price. So for the time being, for this part of the question, we are going to just calculate the present value of each cash flow. And so we'll do that quickly in Excel with the PV function. Investment A has a cash inflow of $18,155, and that is at the end of 3 years. And notice that we're using a discount rate or opportunity cost of 10% for each alternative, which is given in the problem. So for the first alternative, in alternative A, that present value is $13,640 and 12 cents. And good. Again, for simplicity, I'm just going to copy that formula down a few cells, and then we'll just adjust the figures for the other alternatives. So investment B would be $1,880. That's the future value, and that is in 18 years. And investment C would be $5,555. That's in 8 years. You see how quickly we can do these in Excel. I'm just going to calculate them out before I enter them into the answer boxes. And for D, it is 38 years. And the amount, the future value is $21,082. Okay, so there's all the investment alternatives there, B, C, and D. And so enter them in the answer boxes here, 338.13. And C, we have 25. And finally D, we have 563.62. Okay, so there is the present value of each alternative. And so the next part of the question asks, which purchase recommendations would you make, assuming that Tom would earn 10% on his investment? So if he has the funds to enter into any or all of these investments, he would want to certainly invest only in the ones where the present value of the cash flows would be more than what the investment would cost. So if we look at investment A, the price or the cost to get into the investment is $12,400. It would return a present value of $13,640. So that's one that he could invest in and get a return on his funds, which would be the difference, which is calculated as a net present value. Investment B, this would return $338. This is the value of this investment stream, $338.13, but it would cost $372 to enter into the investment. So that would be a loss of money that he would not want to obviously enter into. So B would be a no. And C, the present value is greater, $25.91, than the price. So that one would be an okay investment, just simply in terms of accept or reject, not necessarily in terms of the best net present value or the best of the options. And if we look at D, we have, again, a situation where the present value is less than the cost to get into the investment. So this one costs 620. The present value is only 563. So the only two that would be acceptable as far as the price being less than the present value of the cash flows would be A and C.